Hi there, Kelsey Toner here from Be a Better Guide and the Online Tourism Academy. We're so excited to share a brand new interview series with you here today, Pivoting Online, Success Stories and Inspiration. We've had one of our Online Tourism Academy students, Miranda Peterson, who also runs her own successful hiking and yoga tour company down in Asheville, North Carolina, to kick things off by finding 7 innovative entrepreneurs who are finding tremendous success in serving their customers online. Through these interviews, we dive into the secret sauce behind the success that they're having, the practical advice that they would share for someone wanting to follow in their footsteps, and maybe some of the things that they would do differently. Stick around to the end to learn more about how we can help you create, launch, and sell your own online experiences, and we hope you enjoy.
Yes, I'm an astronomer, an astrophysicist. So this is my profession. I do work as an astronomer, and I do like to have talks in front of people. And I always do this. In the past 7 years, I was having many talks talking about the black holes, talking about everything interesting in space. So when the corona hit, this was my chance to have this bigger audience, actually. Because before that, I had my online classes for the past 3 years. I'm used to teaching online. I'm used to sharing my knowledge online. But after March, people start searching for me at all. I'm now hosting online experience on Airbnb. It's called Learn About Space with an Astronomer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sharing my knowledge there.
Cool. And so is this the only thing you're doing now, or are you still teaching and lecturing?
I am still working as a professional astronomer, but this is not including teaching like in the normal way of teaching.
Okay.
I'm teaching groups, but this is my own business outside of Airbnb. I'm just dividing the things into
Oh,
Airbnb
cool.
and non-Airbnb.
Okay. So you said before COVID you were doing a lot of talks in person and presentations and things?
Yeah. I was doing these things in person in Bulgaria, but I
Okay.
live in Norway. So it was a bit difficult. People always want to have this knowledge and they're always emailing me and they're asking the same questions. So I've tried to find a way how to present this information for them. So I've created this my own idea of having a small business of giving lectures online to
Mm-hmm.
people, and I had this in the past 2.5 years almost. And after the corona, I had my chance to expand my business actually.
Nice. And so is this your first Airbnb experience that you've created?
I used to have an Airbnb experience, but it was in person and it was about Bergen and Bergen's culture because I learn a lot. I like to share my knowledge about everything that I learn, and I
Mm-hmm.
create this walking tour around Bergen with an insider. So I was about to like telling them from the perspective of a tourist, of a foreigner, about the local habits and why people are acting in this way and the other way, how people should be polite here in Bergen, what to expect, and so on. But for my online experience, I'm focusing on my field, astronomy.
Oh, that's really cool. So you completely pivoted from,
Yeah.
telling people about Bergen to telling people about astronomy. That's really cool.
It is, and now I actually plan maybe for the next year, depends of how the situation will be, to transfer my online experience to in-person experience. So
So,
I'll have learned about space in Bergen, in person. My online experience on Airbnb started in the middle of June. So I'm almost 3 months now hosting on Airbnb, fully hosting like every day almost.
wow, nice. And so how has it changed or evolved since then? What have you learned since you started in June?
Oh, I learned that there are a lot of positive people around the world, and there are many people that want to learn things, and they like this personal touch. They
Mm-hmm.
like something different. They, of course, can see everything on TV
Mm-hmm.
about astronomy. They can read, they can see all these videos that are having online, but asking in person, live, one-in-one talk is something that people really like to experience and to have.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And so what is your typical audience? Like what kind of people sign up for your online astronomy
Oh,
experience?
people that want to learn things about space, people that wants to communicate with each other. Actually, my experience was booked for dating a few times.
For what?
For dating.
Oh, nice.
People, this was the first meeting on my experience, actually. There were the girl was living in UK and the guy was living in USA, so they found my experience as a safe place to see each other on the camera for the first time.
That's really cool.
Yes, and it was something like going to the movies together, but online during an experience. So they were secretly waving to each other. It was really cute. I saw them like texting all the time. And after that, of course, they told me what's going on, what's the idea. They haven't told me before the experience why out of the sudden they started waving to each other and texting. And of course, they were paying attention. But after that, they told me about this idea. So also families from around the world that can't be together right now, they're booking my experience as a family gathering, as a saying hello. My experience was booked for baby shower. My experience was booked for companies, for birthdays, and so on. So really, really nice and friendly and positive people, and I made really nice connections with few of them.
Yeah.
I'll change. I mean, I'm still playing with the time zones because I want to have a audience from around the world. So my audience are mainly from Asia and from United States.
Okay.
Sometimes people book from Norway also and from Europe. I also have expats, the local expats. You know, people are coming here. They're still struggling with the language. They're not idiots, but they just can't communicate. So we don't have many activities for the local expats that they can go and join together. So my experience was booked also from a couple that was Norwegian with Polish, and they just said that this is the first thing that they are doing together from like in the past 2 years.
Wow.
Because she's still learning Norwegian. He's Norwegian, so they were just trying to communicate with each other, and she's still can be, I mean, part of the society here.
So how do you make this experience interactive with your guests?
I've created a game because this involves people and make them think about the world in a different way. And, you know, when you have many people on the camera, sometimes you hear this background noises. You just can't extract it. So I've asked them to mute their microphones, to leave their cameras so we can see each other, we can wave each other. And we're using a sign language.
Okay.
To saying true or false, to give the answer as a true or false. That's how we play. We're using American Sign Language, not because it's American Sign Language, but it's because it was used by a robot in space.
Oh, cool.
In 2012, yes, in 2012, Robonaut 2 said, hello, world. Now we have two signs, hello and world, two W's.
Cool.
So I'm telling them something. I'm talking a lot about space, not only the black holes. I'm giving them inside ideas of everything around us, trying to make them feel where we are in space, in this universe. And I'm telling them a sentence and they have to guess if it's right or wrong. So that the idea is not to win at the end or anything. I'm not giving them prizes for many right or many wrong questions. They need to learn something. I'm even asking them to reward themselves, to give themselves something, even if they have a wrong answer. Like for the right answer, they're having a pizza. For the wrong answer, they're having an ice cream. For I don't know answer, they're having a chocolate and so on. So people, I'm saying that if you're really into the pizza today or really into chocolate, just answer with I don't know, and that's it.
Nice.
So we communicate like this. And sometimes I'm using the breakout rooms of Zoom a lot. Well, not sometimes, 99% of the time.
Cool.
I'm giving them a mission, and they have to go and think about a question, and this is their time to interact even more with each other. And after that, I can see them really, really returning back, and they're like, can you give me the contacts of this girl, the other girl? Send me this Airbnb link where you said that you've been in Lisbon last year, and so on. So it is interacting with the people a lot.
So that's really interesting. So it's not just you interacting with the guests are also interacting with each
Yes.
other.
Yes, like interacting with each other because they're staying in months at the same place. They're usually communicating with their family and their friends, and they're just, oh, I need a break from this. I need to try something new. I need to
Mhm.
talk with some new people, but where to find them? So my experience is this safe place where people can find other people just to say hello, just to exchange few things and
Mhm.
feel safe.
Yeah. I mean, and also learn something, right? Because it's
Yes.
easy when you're stuck at home and just, it's hard to go anywhere or do anything. It's not, you got to keep your mind sharp, right? Like you got to keep
Yes.
learning things. And so this
And
is, go ahead.
yeah, sorry. I'm just continuing with them. It's not about my experience the end by I won't meet you ever again.
Hmm.
I'm sharing my how they can communicate with me. I'm sharing my Instagram. I'm sharing my email. People are still sending me. I have a girl, the first girl that joined my experience ever, the first person. She's still sending me every week. She's still sending me a new thing that she learned, and she's just showing me what she learned. I will communicate. I'm waiting for her messages at Wednesday morning because we have this tradition for Wednesday morning learning.
Oh, that's cool. And where does she live?
She lives in Hong Kong.
Wow,
Yeah.
cool. And you probably would have never connected with this person otherwise, right?
Never because we have a completely different background. She, of course, is healthy living, healthy life, yoga, and so on. I'm falling asleep when I'm doing yoga. Sorry. So, so we might never meet each other if it wasn't my experience and her desire to learn something new.
Hmm.
And then I've learned a lot of things because she's not sending me links only about astronomy or space. She's sending me articles about the food, about what she learned from the news, some history ideas. So it's really, really nice. We're keeping this touch with few people.
Yeah, that's amazing. So a lot of schools are online and virtual now. This would be, I feel like, really great for students. Have you talked with any teachers or schools, or is that something you're looking into?
Yes, I'm having a really nice story that few teachers actually contact me
Hmm.
to take my experience and to learn from my experience how to do these things online, how to teach science online. Because for two of them, this was the first time they were going to teach science for the semester for the fourth and fifth grade. So they wanted to learn a bit more.
Hmm.
I've contact with them and we talk about, and I'm going to teach some kids online also from the schools. It will be part of the school teaching process. I'll just pop up online and we'll talk about space. So I have two schools in the United States so far. I have one school in Bulgaria and we are talking with maybe one school in the United Kingdom and maybe this or the next semester.
Wow, that's really cool. And the more schools you do, probably word of mouth, they'll talk to other schools and hopefully, that grows. And
I was having this with a few children from Singapore, children of expats. They were booking me exactly just to entertain the children for 1 weekend, please,
Mhm.
and and we were doing really well with them. But it's not in the time zone that it's comfortable for me right now. But
Mhm.
we are continue communicating because I'm used to teaching children. It's challenging when it's online, but
Mhm.
it's not like it's impossible.
And so
So
you change the experience whether it's adults or children, correct?
I have to because they're having the knowledge background different. That's why
Mhm.
my experience now is marked for people that are age above 16. It's
Mhm.
not because I'm telling spicy things or things that the children can't listen
Yeah.
about the planets or anything else, but it's just because the level of how I present things, the level of their knowledge and how
Mhm.
I explain about the planets in the solar system for 4 years old kid or for 40 years old kid.
Yeah, very
Also,
different.
it is different.
Yeah. And so do you ask them to do any kind of preparation before, or do you give them any homework?
No, they're not. They don't need any preparation. I really often ask them if you feel shy and if you think that you'll forget your question during my session, just ask me in advance. It'll be
Mhm.
nice for you so I can put a extra slide on my presentation and give you even more information about the things that you want to learn. of course.
Cool. Yeah.
But
So if
people need zero knowledge. They just need to know that there's space out there and they want to learn what we call space.
You said that you're making more now with your online experience, more income and revenue than you were with your offline experience, which I'm assuming was with your offline experience, was that the Bergen, the walking tours, or was that the offline lectures?
Well, both. When I talk about my online experience about astronomy, I compare it with my offline experience about astronomy.
Okay.
But it wasn't bad income because I was able to finance my PhD travels, going to conferences and so on with this talk. So they're giving me pretty nice income.
Yeah.
Yes. And now I can even start dreaming about big things.
Oh, cool. So you think your online experience can lead to growth in offline experience. So you could expand not just in Norway, but also have experiences in Denmark and expand to more places.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, I'm pretty sure because this thing was working before with me. I was doing this. It's test work and it is work. So people are searching for this type of experience. People are willing to book places that are extraordinary, as you know. People are searching for these places. So a home with astronomer and observatory right next door.
Cool.
Sells.
And so do you have a website in addition to your Airbnb experience?
I am creating my website now because, I'm a professional astronomer and sometimes I have to do a lot of paperwork for my colleagues before I need to have some time to create and put all these things. But I'm branding everything. I'm already having a brand. I'm trying to pay everything right now. I'm just searching the background behind this thing. So I'll launch everything really soon.
Oh, that's
great. By the
great.
end of the year or maybe the end of the next month. So I started the beginning of March with my idea and start talking with people, start presenting my ideas. They were finding a way how to pay me for this, of course. We were talking also about podcasts and radio appearances. I'm appearing every Wednesday now on the radio in Bulgaria, for example, and the COVID is giving me the opportunity to be online in face, to be in Bergen, and I'll be in Sofia. So every Wednesday I'm having a radio show right now talking about astronomy.
Cool.
So things came really, really, really fast after that. And shortly after, Airbnb announced this online experiences and I applied, I think, at the end of April. I wait like roughly a month to be accepted and everything to be sorted out. So I started in the middle of June. Well, I had few people to complain that they actually don't want to communicate with anyone. They just want to listen to me. But there were 3 from 500 or something.
Yeah. I mean, that's always going to happen, and you can't take it personally, and just, take that feedback, as we say, like with a grain of salt.
Of course. I mean, me as a person, I'm really introvert. So if you force me to go somewhere to communicate with the people, I'll be basically showing you that I don't like this. But yes. So I even replied to a woman 2 weeks ago. I told her, I as a person completely understand you. But I as a lecturer, as a presenter, need to explain you why I did this. And I explained her why I did this, and she agreed with me, of course, and I have 5-star review exactly from her.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yes. Yeah, I think that's important, is to explain the why. Like, why are you doing this? Once people understand the why, then they're kind of like, oh, okay, I get it. Because they're, it's a tough time for people, and they're in their heads, and they're just, they're not used to interacting with people.
Sometimes they might have a bad day just this day, and sometimes they just everything happens. We are humans.
Yeah.
So,
cool. And so is there anything else that you think you'd like to share or would be helpful for people that are trying to start an online business or an online tour business? Just anything else that we didn't mention?
Well, they need to take the risk. And they need to know that they can do it or not. I mean, they should try. I'm not having these big corporations behind me. I'm not having NASA. I'm not having ESA. I'm not having anyone. I'm just having my own knowledge and what I can do. So I'm really focusing to present this in the best possible way to learn also with the people, to really connect with the people. I know that we all are paying bills, but sometimes like try to not think about the people like money.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, like 5 persons, $50 or something. This will pay me this bill and that bill and so on. So when you see the people in front of you, see the humans, not see the bills,
Oh,
and
that's
things
such
will
great
work.
advice. Yeah, and it's so important now because I mean those are legitimate concerns, but we still need that humanity and that connection and being present with people and not just going through the motions, but really like you said, like interacting with them and personalizing the experience.
I am having, I'm trying something new, and I'll share this with you because it might be really good for your experience
Mhm.
also. Posting free tours. I'm
Mm.
having 3 free tours so far that are in total 25 free spots because I play sometimes I'm giving them 10, 6, 5, and so on.
Mhm.
People, of course, immediately book, but something else happened. After that, I always, for every free tour, I have one and a half, let's say, one and a half private booking, paid, full paid, with groups over 20 persons. Because
Wow.
someone on my free tour was there just to see if it works to pay this a lot of money. And after
So
that, there's like, okay, Rosa, I'm actually from this company. May we hire you for this private event and that? And I'm like, of course you can.
oh, that's really great. So for your free experience, what does that look like compared to your regular Airbnb experience? Is it shorter?
It's same. It's
Same.
same.
Exact same.
Completely
Wow.
the same, exactly how I'm doing it in the real paid experience. I'm not dividing people. I'm not asking them. I'm not judging why you decide to not pay me this time
Mhm.
since you obviously have money or something like this.
Mhm.
Sometimes people just like to come and show up that they're richer than the others,
Mhm.
humans. And I'm not asking, I'm not judging. I don't know the people's background. I don't know their situation right
Mhm.
now. I'm just presenting everything as it should be. I'm even sometimes having extra time when people are
Mhm.
having a lot of questions. I don't mind. I always put this 15 minutes after my experience, and I'm
Mhm.
always telling people this is the official part. We finish now. But if you want to stay and ask a few more questions in person, not
Mhm.
via email, feel free to stay and communicate it with me a bit more. I'll be happy to talk.
Oh,
And
that's really cool.
it's completely one by one with the paid one. You can book the both. You can book a free one, and you can pay for one, and you'll see that they're absolutely the same.
So the free experiences, they book those through Airbnb as well.
Yes, they
Okay.
are just on Airbnb platform, the free ones. I told you I'm having a different methods of for the other part of my business. So I'm talking here about the online experiences on Airbnb.
Hey again, and thanks for listening to this interview. If it's inspired you to create and launch your own online tours or experiences, we want you to know that we're here to help. Virtual Tour Business is an online coaching program that covers everything you need to know about creating, launching, and selling an online experience or an online tour. It's there for innovative tour business owners looking to generate revenue, looking to leverage your existing skills to serve customers in brand new ways, and for those who are looking for purpose-driven work in these times of uncertainty. We're here to help you skip the tech headaches and overwhelm and give you the tools, tactics, and strategies that are actually working in this space. To learn more, you can visit onlinetourismacademy.com to get started today, or join us for one of our free workshops at beabetterguide.com, where we'll give you even more inspiration, tools, techniques, and practical advice on this topic. Thanks so much for tuning in, and if you did enjoy this series, feel free to share with a friend or colleague. We'll see you next time.